Here once again with another matchup. We have Exile versus Sovereign, and we're starting with your local Jesus on the Mastermind. A set we've all seen and played many different times, most likely. It's a very common set in comp, and oh, this is not a common start. This is not where you want to get found in the first chase. You're getting found edge map right on this edge of the tile. Attorney getting a really fast early tag before the survivors have really had time to cross. But today, luckily, I don't have the castle one. I have my great friend here, Rachel. Welcome.
Hello, hello, and it's a very interesting set, honestly. It's been starting really fast, and I was gonna say, this first chase is, a lot of depends on this first chase, and basically we really want this chase to last if you're supporting survivors, and we really want the chase to be short if you're supporting the killer. And the Eternity, even though he got the first attack really early and basically for free, he's doing a good job of avoiding the going down.
Oh yeah, that is a nice juke, but I think he's going to be going down. Well, unless we actually might reach his God Rock. We only have one dash, we have to juke it. That is gonna connect somehow. I'm not really sure. It looked like we were on the side of him, but hey, we take those. We take that payments, we take getting rid of these couple of God Rocks around 7, which are always great places to loop the Wesker. And we have, given the survivors, a decent bit of time to work our top 4 gen, but people have actually interrupted before they managed to pop anything. Yeah, this looks like the generator that was being stacked is 99, so that's really unfortunate for Survivor side.
Yeah, really did a good job for protecting the gen, and oh my god, we've seen a good throw, and it's a hit! Wait, it's a 2-tap! Wait, that's huge!
Oh, that's so bad. It's actually like the reverse Beetle. Like, normally this is the type of plays you pull with Beetle, but here Beetle would have just like short swung it a little bit and wouldn't have hit, but we're actually getting so much value from running a different add-on now. That is insane. And now we not only get an instant second hook, we get it on top of the 99 gen, which you, if you're paying attention, you saw the Painter's token got used, but it didn't hit this gen on 9 mid, which means another gen is about to pop any second now, I think, which it is the gen on 1. Local is gonna try to cut off whichever survivor was working it, getting another instant tack. Local is doing such a great job, like making sure these conversions and these rotations are getting cut off. He's really like, using the power to full its potential. But the survivor's also doing a great job. We're instantly getting this pull the second we try to leave, which makes Local Jesus have to go back dodging the power here on the car, which is kind of an unsafe tile to be at against Wesker, but hey, we made it work. But in that meantime, Lampshade Pillow tries to send it bottom since he really doesn't want to get caught off guard top again, but he does get caught off in the rotation, and that means we're going to get hooked right on top of this gen again, because we got the Eruption proc, we see the Scream, so we know the generator got regressed a little bit more by them staying on the gen. Yeah, this is a very bad position. Not a single generator has been popped, Rachel.
Yeah, no, your local just does an amazing job on just putting pressure on survivors and just not letting them pop anything. Those chases like are so short, the survivors cannot even like get a single bit of progress in. And now with this eruption coming back, he's gonna like kick all the chance, and every single down's gonna matter even more.
And
this is just an amazing position for the killer.
right now, survivors aren't even ranking the bottom traders or anything. They're kind of still playing it slow because they have so much progress on top, which it's really hard to let go of. At some point, you have to realize we can't keep pressuring this as long as there's a hook in the middle of it. And I mean, yeah, you can see Claudette was ready to get the pull, but Wesker kind of baited going bottom. He's staying around the hook. Ooh, kind of lose the 50.
Ooh. Amazing dodge. You see the pull, and FTP play, I guess? That was a bit delayed, but insta tag for local Jesus, and I believe it's a 2-tap. I don't think Mac reaches anything.
Yeah, this is not the FTP value you would hope. This is really bad. We might even be able to interrupt the Shack gen, but I think it's gonna pop. It might be the first generator they get to pop. Oh my god, no! No, it doesn't pop!
They don't pop it.
We just get to kick the gen, get another pallet, and we're still on 0 generators then. The generator on 9 mid was 99, the generator on 1 was 99. But then, like, the time that Lampshade Pillow spent on the hook, there's at least 2 survivors not doing anything, because, you know, we saw Claudette was ready for the pull from 10, but then they got thrown on the jungle gym. And then another survivor was already instantly there for the pull, which means they also weren't doing any gens. Now finally the first generator's popping. We see the location of two different survivors. The last survivor is cleansing top. Once again, seeing the AFK mining game, which we saw a little bit earlier on Shack as well. We haven't gotten too much value from it yet, but hey, who knows? If we keep trying, maybe we get a funny clip. You never know. Oh my god, he's just constantly going through it, but the survivors are realizing it. They're just sending it at this point.
We see a second gen pop, which is a really good job for survivors. They finally started popping the gens. That's exactly what they needed. I do believe your local Jesus is known for his AFK mind games, and he's just proving us that he is capable of pulling them off. And we see an amazing dash from your local Jesus, finding the ace plan to play for pallet save. And we see Crow. Do you think someone else is here for the pallet save?
I don't think one survivor is just doing a top generator, but this is turned into a really difficult position with that free tag onto Eternity there. Well, it wasn't a free tag, it was an amazing use of the power, but in these situations where you're in the 3v1 with two different survivors injured, and especially when we find one of the survivors, that is so unfortunate. Maybe if they were slightly further behind the wall, we wouldn't have found them, but I feel like with local Jesus' game sense, we would have looked for them anyways over here, and now we're just stuck playing some 50s. They're playing it really well though, makes it send onto the window once again, and maybe local Jesus heard this generator being progressed, or maybe he was just wanted to check it, you know, eyeing on all the generators, making sure nothing is randomly popping out of nowhere. Yeah, that survivor did already leave main quite some time ago. He's there for the reset. That is, of course, second wind, not deliverance. Oh, almost losing the pallet here. Taking some funny mind games on the 4 lane. Once again, anytime the killer is trying to do any type of mind game, the survivors could just leave and take their distance, and the survivors are doing a great job at that.
You see how it's like the survivors are just adapting to the playstyle. They just expect the AFK mind game every single time Jesus trying to do literally anything. It might be just time to start playing off of it. Just expect to send it every single time.
I mean, yeah, I don't blame them. Like when I think Einstein said it, like doing the same thing, expecting different results is the definition of insanity. So that's not saying anything about local Jesus, but you know, just putting that out there. But that's all. That's all.
And we see our last painters coming out. That means we got all 4 different survivors hooked, and survivors are in a really hard spot here. They still have 3 gens left to pop, and one of them hooked, one of them injured. They need to do a miracle to get out from this match.
Yeah, this is really difficult. I mean, I feel like at this point in the game, survivors have already realized for quite some time that we're probably not playing for outs, but we need to set a better win con, because a 4k free is just not tieable, let alone winnable for your killer player. You have to at least pop 1 or 2 more generators, and that way it's maybe tieable. Definitely something they can still get done. I mean, even right now, even if you lock in, the killer has used, as he said, all their painters tokens already, so we don't have too much gen regression available anymore. And I mean, right now, if Tony does a good job with Chase, oh,
that was an amazing dash.
Yeah, great dash. I was gonna say, if we get an amazing chase here, that's gonna give us time to fully reset bottom, gonna give us time to start another generator and to pre-stealth fully. But that, I think it's gonna be cut short by an amazing chaser by local Jesus. Yeah, losing the 50 here as well. Once again, we tried to send it, but running into a couple of boxes. And now the stages are just racking up too much, I think, Rachel. I'm not sure what the survivors can really do here.
Survivors did just reset for this chase though, so that means there's not much chain progress, and we also saw this ace just like in the middle of the map trying to play for pallets or something. I'm not quite sure, but I think that Jesus is just in such a good spot. It's like he can be so comfortable just basically not doing the most necessary there. It's just a really good spot. That's a good distraction tactic, I guess.
I mean, it gives a little bit of distance to Tony, but
yeah,
I don't know if it's the type of distance you need, because we're kind of still zoned on the God Rock, which is definitely outplayable by Wesker, as we see right here.
No, Jesus is just doing a fantastic job, just showing exactly why Sovereign picked the set, and I think the survivors of Exile are struggling.
Yeah, right now we only have 1 generator progressed, which leaves us with kind of 2 different options. We could either See Eternity trying to do a different generator across the map and just pray that Kisaragi lasts for how long? It's 80 seconds? I mean, that's going to be very difficult, but I mean, that is maybe our best option because Local Jesus, he's not really able to leave this generator around the 7 because it's very high progress, but yeah, I mean, all we have to do is get this down within a I would say like very doable time, especially considering a lot of the resources have already been used. I mean, I almost got scared there. I forgot that we didn't have egg. Like that would have been such a crazy 2-tap if we had egg, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much. We're still going onto the horrible 4 lane here, and I believe this Paladin 4 is not available to either. So, oh, bit of a nice bounce deck coming out. Corruption proc onto 7 means we know Eternity most likely wasn't trying to jiggy that generator, so we're gonna go ahead and check up on top generators before we probably get our 5 minutes.
I believe we saw Ace going behind the main. I'm pretty sure we did, and I think Local Jesus also saw that.
Yeah, we do hear some footsteps. Yeah. Hug tech? Ah, no hug tech. Enough. Just a very clean use of the power instead. Wow.
Honestly, well, just almost a perfect performance from your Local Jesus. Literally, like, played like a book. Like I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say. I mean, it's always good to see. I mean, this was the set they picked. There's a reason they picked it. I mean, that's very obvious. But and for Team Exile, this is always very sad to happen because you have to make sure you can stay locked in. And I mean, you got to realize that even though this was such a great performance, you have to try and put on the best show because I mean, we can't let our mental die after this. I mean, we have to make sure we come back for our own set, which I mean, it's gonna be difficult. But I hope they're able to. Rachel, what do you think?
No, the Killer of Exile definitely, even if not win the set, the Killer of Exile should get 4K at least to keep the morale of the team up. Yeah. Because getting, like, having such a hard beacon on Survivor side and your Killer also not getting something close to it, this is just gonna feel awful for the morale. I think it just might make you tilt and basically cause you to lose your own pick as well, which I don't think any of the team ever wants. And yeah,
absolutely. They just
go on.
Yeah, I mean, good thing is the Exile, their killer pick is actually Bubba, which is a set that unlike Wesker, I've not seen that many Bubba sets. I mean, I've barely played in them, and I think it's a very fundamentally different set to Wesker. So I definitely think they're gonna cook something up on that, and the matchup overall is definitely not lost yet. But yeah, this set is gonna be very difficult to come back from, and the match is just closing out. But I think we're gonna go into our small intermission, which will just take a couple of minutes. So see you guys later with Exile's killer on the Wesker. Not go anywhere. Slightly longer delay, but we are here once again with Exile versus Sovereign. This time Exile is going to try to do their best on the killer side, and watching earlier, you do know we have a bit of a difficult win condition to reach. It's going to be a 4k4, Rachel. Yeah. So what are your thoughts about that?
That's a beacon every killer kind of strives to have, no?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a really good beacon for how to say it. It's really a hard beacon for Team Exile to meet, but as we told before, I think that Team Exile I don't know what was this bomb, but that was we love GBG. What can I say? But no, as I was saying, the Wincon, Exile is not. I don't think they're playing for the win as much. They're playing to keep their morale up, because if they, oh my god, it's a fantastic juke. Holy. Team Sovereign actually is cooking. They're showing why they picked the set.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna need to see a lot of juking. We're seeing a bit of a variation on the killer build, instead running Brutal, and I believe our previous killer player did not have Egg either, but for exactly what item they did have. Yeah, I mean, even with something like Brutal or Bam, I mean, it's still scary because you still need those chases to be like, so perfect. It's a little bit of a funny place on the double window tile, but we do still make main, so it honestly doesn't matter too much. I mean, as long as you can take your first hit to main, you're kind of safe on top. But now we're playing a little bit too risky. We're giving a couple free tags already, and this pallet on 9 was already dropped, which means all we have to play with is this kind of unsafe Yamoka gem. Just see if Juan is able to last on it. We're winning the vault. Oh, I was gonna say almost a great rush by Lampshade coming out, but barely don't get it. And now we're gonna be playing some 50s on the pallet. Everyone's favorite activities. Not even on the pallets.
I'm playing the 50s on the window now. I've been choosing the hip of the locker. We don't see version pop, that means we're one step closer to the win con, and I believe we haven't seen the Jake either, so, and the Renata. So we probably expect him on Magento Bob. And honestly, okay. So how do you think? Do you think this win con is any reachable for Team Exile?
I mean, honestly, no. I mean, it's. I feel like on any killer, even on Blight, even on high crossping, if the survivors know they only have to pop a couple of generators, that kind of changes something in their brain that makes it so much easier as well, because you realize you can just split 4 generators away from the hook. Like, that's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything crazy, but you can always pop a couple of generators. But yeah, that for that exact reason, it's gonna be really difficult. But we find a couple of high progress generators around us, which puts us in a slightly better position. We've applied eruption onto generators, and I see the FTP play coming out, such a strong perk against Wesker. It's gonna give the survivors so much extra safety, but we are still choosing to go for Juani, which of course are tunnel out, but it does mean that we'll probably last quite long in chase. Once again, bumping on nothing! That's the second time this game, Rachel. We're getting robbed. We're getting robbed. I don't like this. Wesker.
I think the game doesn't want Exile to win either.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Wesker can be such a buggy killer sometimes. I feel like it's even on par with, like, oh no.
No, Juan is just playing the card fielder so perfectly. It's absolutely destroying.
Wait, that is a hit! Okay, I don't understand this game anymore. I was like, there's no way that's gonna hit. We're gonna get robbed for the 3rd time, but we do get the hit. But yeah, of course, survivors, you can see in the left, they've not even been healing. They've just been doing gens. They've not even been spraying. The only thing they've been doing is holding M1 or clicking M1 on the generator, depending on what setting you're using. Ooh, we lose the vault here.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, another generator popping. What is this gen progress?
That's an amazing gen pressure. Oh my god. Survivors are just not taking any time for like side activities. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, the chase was like relatively long, but I feel like that wasn't a 4-gen chase. I mean, that was insane.
Yeah, definitely. I understand like the first chase was like I had like a like a few gens like high progress, but the pop 4 gens for basically 2 hooks is insane. Like, if it was me, I'd probably be like just walking as a survivor, just like looking at the moon or something. Like, I would not be doing the gens so much. Oh my god.
I mean, I think here we also see kind of the key difference between Sovereign and Exile survivor sides. I feel like Exile was too focused on staying or committing those generators, which were high progress, but we were just too close to the hook, and that was giving them, giving the killer the option to put out so much pressure by getting like way more free tags and allowing them to push the survivors off the generators the whole time. But instead, right now, Team Sovereign just decided to, oh, this survivor is hooked on like what 10 or top somewhere. We were maybe doing main, but we're just gonna leave main. It doesn't matter. We just do all of the bottom generators and we pop everything out of nowhere. I mean, you can see where it got them. Exactly what you needed to do here. And yeah, even though we do get another nice down here, we've seen this one generator so far away across the map. I was gonna say, yeah, I don't even know if we make the pain res. Yeah, that is so painful.
Based on the survival location, I believe they tripled gen as well. This is an insane confidence. Honestly, just knowing that you're gonna pop this gen anyway. Sovereign is just not fucking around. They just know what they're doing. Oh my god, very well played.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. At this point in the game, you of course have to try and look for whoever is a fresh hook, like who is gonna work the most stages. But even then, I feel like the survivors could try and play for a unhook, and we could even try to see them going for a hit tank, or at least letting another survivor die who is worth less stages. Actually, never mind, that second wind of the Reds coming out very clutch here. That means we're gonna have 2 healthy survivors, I believe. Oh, but wait, we double back. We were a little bit too scared of the killer cutting us off. And, I mean, yeah, we have 2 different gates we can play for, but Wesker is also gaining Bloodlust. We could even just play for the Bloodlust, but instead we're going for the power. But the problem is the power can always get juked, especially when you have 2 people, and they can run around these strong rocks here. We do catch up to them, though. I don't think they're gonna make it even with BL, if they do have it. No, okay, it's no BL.
No.
We do get the grab. We get it with M2 as well, so we don't have to be scared of any cracker saves or flashlight saves, but we do have to be scared of that Shack pallet. And maybe even for some hit tanks at this point. I mean, yeah, we have 4 health that we can give to the killer here. Oh no.
Avengers assemble! Team Summon is showing absolutely, just absolute confidence in the set.
Yeah, and here we're seeing the survivor trying to go for a funny tech where if you throw them off of the hill, it doesn't actually like hit them or injure them at all.
Yeah.
Type of endgame where everyone is infected and we're just trying to go for— oh, they slipped
Oh my
past
god.
us. No. Yeah,
And they don't make it out, and they...
That is...
Even if not is making another gate. Very well played by Team Sovereign.
Yeah, I mean, that was an insane result, and showing exactly why they picked this set. I mean, they're very confident on it, both killer side and serve side, especially that serve side was some unheard of efficiency, even though the chases weren't that great. Team Sovereign really showed how the fact that like chases don't really matter in 4v1 in my opinion. I mean, as long as you take them in the right locations and your rotations are on point and everyone's cranking the gens when necessary, you can easily get these great results. So that was very nice to see, and I hope they're gonna be able to pull that again in the next trial, which, as I talked about, is a Bubba set, Rachel.
Really excited to see a Baba set. Genuinely, it's gonna be our first, but definitely not the last Baba set, as we have a lot of Baba sets this round. And I mean, I'm pretty sure every single matchup has one. And yeah, I'm really excited to see this.
Gentlemen, we are here with the second set of Exile versus Sovereign. This time Sovereign is starting on the Survivor side, and we're seeing Eternity playing for Team Exile, which is a different killer player. And we have here everyone's favorite little guy on the killer, the Booba. And I'm quite surprised. I'm looking over at the bottom right. We're not seeing any form of window blocking. No bamboozle and no crowd control, which I feel like can definitely be scary. But maybe Eternity knows something we don't. I mean, maybe we're just gonna try to play for a... I was gonna say Gallows regen, but then we looked over at Gallows and I saw no generators there, Rachel, so that's gonna be a little bit difficult.
No, for sure. I know for a fact we do have this little cheeky perk on the bottom right? On the right side of the perks. Little cheeky little agitation. This sneaky agitation. I think it's gonna have some... definitely have some use, you know? Just like drag basement, half basement. Do the Ooga Booga basement booba, you know? I think it can be fun.
Yeah, I mean, basement is definitely always a strong location to hook, especially since it is on Shack here, but I mean, as I just said, it's a really strong hook, but only really if you have a good free gen around there, and this generator on 9 using EU a lot, but just not really that strong to hold, and I feel like we have to try and play for something else. Maybe even at some point we're probably just gonna have to commit the bunch of chasers. Losing the 50 here on the window. Did see a survivor in the distance. They might be trying to play for something like a head-on play on Pain if Classical tries to make it back there, but oh, instead we're just gonna be looking at these other tiles. I mean, yeah, these tiles are gonna be such a pain to deal with without Bamboozle. This is definitely a really good time waste for the first chase. We're also not really able to mind game this without playing the pallet. Actually heading to main, this, as I said, might be the head-on. I wonder if it's gonna happen, though.
I do believe it is. It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone knew it. Eternity knew it. We knew it. There's just nothing to do about it. I mean, that's unlucky.
There's the GDS and its add-ons, what can I say? It does see an interesting door break. I actually never see this door being broken. I believe it only adds 1 infinite for the main build, you know?
I was gonna say, especially without ban, breaking that door is very risky. I've definitely seen some killers breaking it. I know Zaka Cenobite sometimes break it, either for the mind game or for the quicker rotations, but that's usually after he has a hook on main building, making it easier for himself to get around the map. Right now, this pallet, I think it's actually not fully safe, but Vatske is going to be winning the 50, just vaulting a little bit sooner than eternally expected. And I mean, yeah, we're just forced to break the pallets, and right now we're in such a rough position. Our corrupt has run out. 2 different generators have popped. We don't really have any big free gens to work with. All we have right now going for us is that we have broken a lot of pallets. So hopefully from this point on, the chases are gonna have to be a lot shorter for us to really get a achievable result for our survivor side later on.
Still, even though we have a lot of power trapped, we still have this insane main building, which is like, it's gonna be such a it's gonna be just so hard to deal with, especially without bamboozle or anything. I don't know. I think not choosing bamboozle was a mistake. What do you think, Sinter?
I'm not even sure, because I feel like what the survivors have been doing so far, they probably could have accomplished without, like if we had bamboozle as well. I mean, we've just been playing the chase as well. We've gone around the main once or twice, but mostly we've been playing off of pallets as well. We're gonna go for a bit of a mind game here, and slightly catching off guard another injured survivor, which is luckily going to result into our first down. But that is so far into the game. I'm guessing it's like 3 or 4 minutes. We do have a relatively nice pain res available here, and we do see another injured survivor, which does probably mean we're going to get into our next chase quite quickly. Okay, I thought we almost lagged out there for a second, but we're fine, we're fine.
No, this a lot of gens have a lot of progress. Argentine is such a rough spot right now. He needs something going on. He needs some like fast chases to just bring it back. Survivors just playing just methodically. They just do an amazing job.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was gonna say we have a slight free gen around the main, which can be kind of strong with this gen on 6 and the gen deep in 4, but just as I wanted to say that, they actually popped the generator on main just before we're able to kill them off it. And I don't know how they're just spawning pallets out of thin air. I mean, we've been chasing in every corner of the Deadlock Saloon, but we still have pallets available to us everywhere. And we still use them perfectly to get ourselves towards the main building. And this main door upstairs also isn't broken yet. Oh, the swing doesn't connect either. But I mean, yeah, if we'd broken this door at some point, we would have been able to get that chase a little bit better, but now we're just too distracted. Survivors are stacking another generator. This is close to popping. Ooh, this might result in a nice chainsaw.
This is a very good down. This is something Eternity needs to have going on. He needs to swag this and try to get like more survivors on the ground to just put up way more pressure on survivors. I believe we've heard survivor in Kalashan. No, never mind. I'm just being schizophrenic, I guess.
I mean,
That's what casting does to a man.
If they've just been splitting gens too much, they don't really care. I mean, Bubba, you obviously also can't really help chase, so that's something less to have to worry about, which is easier to just stick on those gens. But yeah, Eternity, we to try to go for a slug play. We tried to play for something, but at some point we have to just start hooking. We have to start getting some fresh hooks in. We have to lessen the blow for our survivor-sided win con a little bit. But right now, this is really rough. We hear that generator on 6 is also almost 99. Yeah, we just have to try to get this down, get the hook, and get a couple more stages in the end game, because yeah, the generators are gonna be popping, and that is already end game.
Oh no. This is such an amazing gen pressure from Team Suffering. They just basically split. I think there's been a slight miscommunication. Say's just been caught mispositioned, but we should be able to pick up Juani. in time. Even though I don't think we
It's
have
gonna
any
be
palace
close.
nearby.
Yeah, we don't have anything to loop here. I mean, yeah, I feel like here the
We
best
have
play
most
for them.
blockers, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're so coordinated. They know if you're in a dead zone with nothing else, loop two into survivors. If you just both hop lockers, I was gonna say you're guaranteed to get at least one out. But I mean, yeah, we do get the hook onto Juani, but we're not gonna be able to stop him from unhooking that even with agitation. But honestly, that's kind of fine because Juani was still a fresh hook. If Juani was a survivor that had already been hooked, we could have even tried dropping them on the hook there to make sure we're able to confirm those extra stages onto the survivor that was on the hook. But yeah, right now just hooking a survivor in the corner is probably going to be the best we can get. We get 3 more stages with this, which I think was in a 5k refresh, which is extremely difficult, but I've definitely seen lower stages on even stronger killers than Bubba, so it's definitely not out of the question. Yeah, but what do you think, Rachel?
Honestly, just amazing performance from Sovereign, and I don't even think Eternity played any bad. I just think the survivors just didn't make enough mistakes to be able to monopolize on them. Honestly, well played from both the teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just showing Bubba, even though everyone loves him, he can sometimes be a little bit of a harmless guy. But yeah, I think we're just gonna have to go into another intermission and see what Team Exile is able to on the survivor side. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and see you in just a couple seconds. Trial of Exile versus Sovereign. This time, Sovereign playing the killer. We're seeing a little bit of a variation on the build. I think all that we've swapped is Ruin for Bamboozle, which I think I'm very glad about. I mean, we both kind of agreed that the no Bamboozle was a little bit of a risky option, and we didn't see too much Ruin value. I also saw people in the chat saying we like barely saw any Ruin value, so I'm very glad with this choice from Local Jesus here. We're trying to go for a great play on the chainsaw here, trying to zone them edge map while we break it, but Tony Butseva is very locked in, and he... Oh no, I was gonna say, they played it perfectly, not letting himself get zoned. He played for the chainsaw, letting out, but we were a little bit too scared, and we tried just forcing the M1 and taking the hit towards main, but we forgot Bubba, if he able to recharge his charges again, then he's gonna get a very early down. This is not what we need. Rachel, bad.
This buff team, as some would say.
Yeah.
No, this is a relatively fast down. I'm not sure that's what you want with the win con you have. I don't know, man. I do want to say that Bamboozle is gonna be a big improvement in the build and thing. I don't think Baba has enough ability to make Ruin valuable as much as Bamboozle. I think he's gonna be able to shut down loops way faster with that. He also did interrupt the chain middle with this Hogan. What's up?
Saying Bubba isn't a high mobility killer. I mean, he has his chainsaw, bro. He can like run around the map really fast with his chainsaw. I don't know what you're saying.
Imagine though. Imagine Baba could actually like run like a hillbilly.
I mean, then it would just be the same killer.
No. He's gonna do the sweeps, but fast.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, local Jesus, we talked about it already. Very difficult win con for the survivors. We can only give out 5 hook stages to the killer, so local Jesus is very, very content with just standing right here since we have a bit of a free gen around the main building as well. And yeah, we're just gonna let Tony go second. And someone was actually still stealthy around the main, ready to get back onto the gen, but oh no, we're getting table teched. Oh my god! Ah!
Well played by Eternity. The little silly pub juke actually helped the game. Oh my god. Who would have guessed?
Nah, that's crazy, But sadly, because they were still up there in main, we know that that's at least one survivor who hasn't been doing a gen the whole time. I think they were right next to us edge map there. We could have maybe gotten that down, but that's very unfortunate. We didn't hear the one footstep. But yeah, I mean, I don't think local Jesus cares. I mean, we're just camping out the survivor. And then once we're in the free one, it's going to be really hard for the survivors to not give out any stages while trying to tackle this free gen around in building. Isu, I was scared. Survivor, don't go for that unhook. I've had some PTSD recently playing DVD ranked of survivors who don't know you can't self on hook, but I would assume our survivors here are more than well enough, more than well, like first enough in the game to know you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't think Jesus cares as much about like getting out the downs. I think he just wants to, like with the win con like that, he just wants to have one survivor out of the game as fast as they can, and then to be fair, they can just get another survivor. You can just down another survivor and just scam them to death, and they're gonna win anyway. This is just a very forgiving win con for your local Jesus, and we see him trying his AFK mind games again, showing when he can still do them. But as we know from the Mastermind game, survivors are well aware of this power of Jesus. And they are just please signing it every single time. They do not fall for this. The amazing double back though, but we still make the vault.
Yeah, I mean, great plays by the survivor side here, but on DDS, eventually you're just gonna get zoned and you're gonna get M1'd, and we only have to do that one more time, and then as you said, pretty much win con is already secured if we really wanted to, because it's kind of impossible to unhook against the Bubba without giving him more stages in return, which, I mean, it's really unfortunate. Great send by Kisaraki here. If we had a filler on 9, we should make that, but we're actually maybe even making a filler here on 10 to Gallows area. Choosing again all the way to Shack. I mean, this is a great job at Chase. This is exactly what we needed. Oh, I was gonna say we win the 50 there, but hey, you can only win so many 50s. Lucky, and they'll be going down. And actually, only one generator remaining, so honestly, we were kind of close to... Oh, no.
Oh no.
No. Oh, no.
I don't think Wincon is the Wincon is possible anymore for Teamix.
I was half expecting Little Jesus to just look at the survivor. Oh, yeah, okay, this, yeah.
Yeah, we see in his natural habitat.
The only thing we're missing is Insidious and Franklin's. Yeah, that's unlucky. We should have gone a little bit more of a basement camping build, if you're asking me. I don't think this is an optimal build. I mean, look at that! We still have 4 pain rest tokens, Rachel. We might as well just have taken Insidious or something.
That is true. I also don't think we used any bamboozle any like a single time either. So
Yeah.
we could have gone Franklin's as well. Yeah, like, you're missing out. No, I believe that will be the win for the for Team 7, and that will be a
And that is just something mentally to look at.
I wonder if are they? The whole gang is here, just like communicating with Killer, just.
We woke him up. We woke up the beast. I mean, yeah, maybe somehow they make him overheat. I feel like that's the only win con you get. You can maybe make him overheat. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I was gonna say Eternity was actually the head-on player, so if Lampshade didn't get down there, maybe we could have gone for the head-on player or something, but I mean, it's...
It could have been the play, but it's die anyway. Yeah. You're not making it out of the basement against Baba.
Yeah, I mean...
unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Still a great result by the survivors, though. Like, that would have been a 6 stage. They were really efficient on the generator. I was kind of surprised the generators kind of popped out of nowhere. That is a sight to behold. 3 survivors in the basement. That's not something you usually see in comp. I mean, that's more of like a Bubba or a Trapper game in pubs, but it's always good to see it happening here as well.
But no, generally well played for both the teams. Very unfortunate win con, but we still get the job done. Well, what can I say? So when wins the set,
Yeah,
do you have anything to say, Sintra?
No, I mean that is in fact a 2-0 for Team Sovereign. Very well played, and that is it. That is it for us today. But I believe we have more matches planned tomorrow, actually, and on a Monday, which is a little bit of a curveball. But make sure you stay tuned because there are some exciting matchups. We have Astral versus Astrea, PSR versus Glacial. On some, honestly, of my favorite sets. I see a Hillbilly in there. We see a little bit of a Wesker and a Huntress again. Exciting sets. Make sure you stay tuned. I hope you have a great rest of your evening.